Welcome to the Cookout, where we get to hang out with your favorite artists, and we are honored and privileged today to have a very special guest with the number one alternative album, number one pop album, number one digital album, Melanie Martinez. Welcome to the Cookout.
Thank you very much.
Now, we only have one rule here at the Cookout, and it's that you have to bring a dish for everybody to enjoy. So what is something that you would like to bring for all of us to have?
Ooh. That's a good question. Wow. That's actually really hard. I don't know. I love anything with cheese in it, but now I'm like kind of vegan, so I'd say like maybe like a vegan mac and cheese.
Okay. We do like to have options. We need some vegan friendly options, so that will definitely be needed. Now we've got a lot to talk about. This whole new album, this new era you're in. Tell us a little bit first before we get to anything else. Everybody on the radio can't see this, but if you're watching the video, you can see this. But we have the creature here as well. How did the creature all come together? That whole concept and that idea.
So it's definitely been an evolution of the character. I wanted to show that it's the same soul, just in a different vessel. So that's kind of why I decided to, I guess, create this death, of the character to kind of show that there's life after death. I've been really inspired by past life regression therapy books and reading different hypnotherapy transcripts from people who, were under hypnosis and talking about the afterlife and what they were seeing. So I kind of just connected all these little different dots between different books and created kind of like a thorough like storyline from death all the way to birth. And the character, I was drawing it for a really long time, and then eventually I decided to actually bring it to a special effects makeup artist, Melina Stern, who's incredible, and you have to check out her work because she's just amazing and super talented. And she sculpted this based off the drawing, and we would just go back and forth until we felt like it was, as close as possible to the vision. And so here we are. So yeah.
Yeah, it definitely brought the vision to life. It's definitely been a journey, because this is the third album. It's like the third chapter in the trilogy. But let's talk about the album a little bit. Portals as a whole. What was the thought process behind that? Is that to go along with the creature storyline, or is there more to it?
So Portals, I actually wrote a lot of the album in this room that I would call the portal room in my old home. And there was a lot of activity from the other side, a lot of ghost vibes. I had a lot of like antiques and stuff in there. So I think that's what was drawing in that energy. So it was really fun writing in there, but there's a lot of like things where I would hear like a knock on the door, or like, the mic would be just completely open, not recording, nothing, but you could just hear like a pin drop in the room. And I had my headphones on and I would sing a melody and there was no delay, no reverb, nothing. And then all of a sudden I would hear like another voice that was not my voice singing the same melody for a second. And it freaked me out and like would send like a chill down my spine. So I really love this connection to the other side. I'm very spiritual and wanted to create an album that could show, our immortality and have people connect with that idea of, that we're all connected and we're here for the purpose of growing and learning from one another. So that's the general messaging of the whole album.
Yep. I saw you say that on Twitter as well. And you talked about the song Void. You wanted that to be like your most streamed song from like your fan group. You told everybody, go put it on repeat. I want to make this the most streamed song. And I know you wrote that and like produced that. So why was that so important for you for that song to like be your most streamed song?
So for me, Void was the first time that I actually sat down and produced a full song from beginning to end. Most of the time I'd be in the room with a producer and I would put down a guitar thing or a piano and then say, oh, I like this, I don't like this, or let's add this. But I was never the one who was like sitting down by myself, just like creating it. So Void was very special to me because it was the first time I had ever done that and really felt super proud of it. And it's about, just general anxiety and being your own worst critic. And I think a lot of people can relate to that. And the feeling of loneliness and like nobody really gets you, like, like that general feeling I feel like we all feel as humans. So for me, it was really important to have that be the one that was pushed out there because I just thought it was the most relatable one for people to resonate with.
Mm-hmm. And it's definitely resonating with a lot of people. A lot of people love that one. But you've shown like your whole skill set with this album. You're like one of those kind of people that like make me upset because you like have all the talent in one person. We're like, can you share some rest of the world? But you know,
I
you
appreciate that. Thank you.
yeah, it was like a backhanded compliment. Sorry about that.
No, it's all good.
But yeah, you're doing the songwriting, you're doing the producing, you're directing videos, you're doing costume design. Um, talk about like all the different challenges that each role presents. Like, do you have to like be in a certain mode to be the director,
Yeah.
the producer, or and then the performer? Like, how do you wear all those hats?
It's really difficult. I have to be honest. There are some days where, you know, it's an everyday thing. It's an everyday challenge. It's like I wish I could explain this better, but it's, you know, when I'm costume designing, I have to really say, okay, I have nothing else going on today. I have to just sit down and create these costumes and I have to get this done. Or if I'm doing packaging design for something or merch design or, you know, directing a video, you know, I have to be on calls as a director, but I'm also there as a creative director generally being like, okay, this is what the set design looks like. This is what, you know, I want the hair to look like. And then relaying that to every different department essentially. So every single department in a music video, I have to be the one to say, hey, this is exactly what, you know, I'm looking for, and then go back and forth over and over again until finally it becomes close enough to what I see in my head. And it's a long process. It takes a while and it takes a lot of energy. But it's, you know, it's what I love doing. I love creating, and that's all I really want to do with my life. So it's very fulfilling for me. But just it is a lot of work though.
Yeah, I bet you get concentrate on just one thing. You got to do all these different things, but you do them all very well.
Thank
Uh,
you.
yeah. So you're getting ready for this tour as well. And like before I could even finish the sentence, tickets are on sale. Like the tour sold out. Like it happened that fast. Um, obviously people are excited to see you and ready to see you. So what can the people expect to see from this tour?
I would say that people can expect to see the world kind of come to life, and I will be in character, which will be very fun. I actually performed in South America. So there's a little bit of that kind of similar vibe, but just a little bit more elevated for this tour. And then, you know, as the different tours progress, you know, after this North America tour, there'll be other tours that will be more evolved each time. So we're kind of just growing the show. So it'll get really, really fun. And I would say that this is the first phase of it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is getting started with this
Yeah.
thing. Oh man. All right. So when you're going on tour, obviously you're going to be doing a lot of travel, but what are like three essential things that Melanie Martinez needs to bring with her on tour so she has them with her at all times?
Honestly, I'm not really one of those people who need a specific thing, but I love candles and just incense and creating just a really peaceful atmosphere on tour because it is very high stress. So really just anything at all that can keep me in like a very calm, peaceful state of mind is really helpful because like I said, I have anxiety. So being on tour in high stress situations, it's like always, you know, it's the first thing that will get me sick on the road. So I have to really like take care of my health. So anything that's like health related, taking care of myself, like that's the most important thing for me, for
Mm-hmm.
sure.
Make sure the vibes is right.
Exactly.
Okay. I want to do a little tour prediction with you. I'm gonna say like a different kind of song, and you tell me which song most likely fits this scenario, okay? From the album. So the song that you think will be the most fun to perform.
Ooh, most fun to perform. I would say for me, Battle of the Larynx is really fun to perform. It's just I get to just really like scream my heart out on that song, and I love it. I love every second of performing that. In South America, I had so much fun performing that one. And it's like I'm not locked into any real like choreography. I'm just free form and I get to just like be myself and perform and it's amazing. I love that one. Yeah, I would say that one.
Okay. Awesome. Awesome. All right. Now, what song do you think will be the most difficult to perform? Whether it's,
Ooh.
I don't know, musically, emotionally, what's the one that you think is going to be the most
Um,
challenging for you?
I think Evil is pretty hard. Even when I was recording that song, it's just it sits like right outside of my range. So it takes a lot of practice to be able to do that one. I would say that one for sure. Definitely.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Last one. Song that you think is most likely to make us cry.
Ooh, light shower, without
Oh,
a
okay.
doubt.
That's the one. All
Yeah,
right.
that's the one. That one
Okay.
makes me cry every time I hear it. I'm like, this is emotional.
Yeah. All right. So if you're going on the tour and you're seeing the show, just be ready for that one. Get your
Yeah,
tissue ready when that
exactly.
song comes on. That's awesome. Well, Melanie, thank you so much for coming to the cookout. You know, we wish you continued success with the album and the tour, and you can come back anytime. Okay.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Really nice to talk to you.